So I want to welcome everybody to the Healing Art Exhibition. This is the 7th year, and the theme is the art of being visible, expressions of social justice, presented by UCF Counseling and Psychological Services, or CAPS, and the UCF School of Visual Arts and Design, or SVAD. In support of Sam Flax, who we thank very much for helping us support our rewards and prizes. They've been a great sponsor. My name is Dr. Karen Hoffman, and I am Director of Counseling and Psychological Services. And I want to welcome you to our visual healing arts. This is the first time that we've done healing arts virtually. And in the last 10 months, I think we have all transitioned into this virtual world. It's not the way that we would choose to be, but I think this was so important that we wanted to make sure we still had the opportunity to be able to show our fantastic artists. Art is healing, and we've been through a lot this past year, and it has been great to be able to have our artists continue to express themselves. This is one of our signature events, and CAPS does presentations, especially those that we are able to invite our students and staff and faculty into our center, because part of what we want to do is to reduce the stigma of students and everybody seeking mental health services. And especially, I think, in these times where everybody has been stressed, we've had racial injustices, socio-political unrest. I think more than anything, this is the time that we're glad that we could gather here and, from a creative point of view, be able to really enjoy the expressions of our artists. I want to thank Leanne Schumann and Katie Bradbury. They are the co-leaders and co-hosts and really brought this together, as well as with Hannah Estes from SVAD. So it was a great collaboration, and we're happy that this is the 7th year. So I will turn it over to Katie as the MC, and she will talk more about the Healing Art program.
Awesome, thanks, Karen. Thank you everyone for taking the time out to attend our first virtual healing arts reception. I know we've had to do things very differently this year because of COVID. And so this is a very unique experience, and Leanne and I are doing this for the first time. So hopefully it turns out good. But I just wanted to share a little bit about sort of the history of the program and the mission. So UCF CAPS founded its Healing Arts program originally in 2013. It was founded and developed by a former staff member and one of our current judges for this year, Miss Meredith Malkin. She's also my former supervisor, which is super cool. But so I'm really honored, along with Leanne, to be able to take on the baton and carry on this amazing event for UCF and our Orlando, Florida community. This program was developed as an innovative initiative to combine outreach services with CAPS and alternative brief therapeutic contacts, so outside of traditional therapy, and enhance the powerful connection between art and wellness as a whole. So through the collaboration with the School of Visual Arts and Design, or SVAD, at UCF, CAPS typically would invite students, faculty, staff, and UCF alumni to create art and self-expression in a 2D format. So painting, mixed media, drawing, computer design, and photography. As this event continues to grow and evolve, we are open to consider potential 3D options such as sculptures and pottery or live body art for future years. But that's something we'll have to kind of consider in the future. Each year there has been a different theme related to mental health awareness and diversity, which in the past years has included, in 2013, for example, the theme was embracing and celebrating differences. 2014, the theme was journey to acceptance. 2015 was art out loud, emerging from the shadow of shame. 2016 was the theme of unity. And then 2019, last year's theme was thriving, ongoing growth and evolution. So last year was the final year that Kavita saw, who, if she's here, thank you so much. You've done amazing, and I'm so happy to be able to continue this amazing program from you and Meredith. Last year, the theme was thriving, ongoing growth and evolution. So this year's theme was kind of based surrounding the events that were happening around the world during that time. So expressions of social justice, wanting the art of being visible, expressions of social justice. So that's a little bit about kind of the history and background of this event. Wanted to share that, and I again want to thank everyone who's helped out, all the support of getting this all going and started and making it actually happen in a very unique time in the world right now. So did Leanne, I don't know if Leanne or Karen, you would like to add on to that before we move forward?
Nope, I think we're ready to go.
Okay.
Jody J. DeLuca, Oppression, Mixed Media. Jody J. DeLuca, Artist Statement, Oppression. Through art, I attempt to advocate for positive change by capturing the essence of human emotion for a moment in time, particularly under the most challenging of circumstances. Jody J. DeLuca, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. The goal of consolidating art and psychotherapy is to promote a better understanding of human emotion and ongoing advocacy for human equality and overall well-being.
Rebecca Golden, Sisterhood, Acrylic on Canvas. Rebecca Golden, Artist Statement, Sisterhood, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. Times of social and political unrest are the most important for standing together. Love one another and be the change you want to see in the world.
Wait, did something happen? Wait, are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so this one is is it BI by Alexander Shosta, digital.
Cool.
Shaman of Face by Alexander Shosta, digital. Cat Banana Space, Alexander Shosta, digital. Alexander Shosta, Artist Statement, BI, Shaman of Face, Cat Banana Space. The I that we express to the world is significantly malleable, but we often forget how it's shaped or even who else might be shaping it. Alexander Shosda, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. It's the temporary studied form you take that makes way for the possibility to make an impression, a proverbial sketch on the inner workings of another life.
Stampede by Hayne Harnett, digital illustration. Hayne Harnett, artist statement, Stampede. Love is a wild emotion, purposeful and free. Stampede is a representation of accepting that privilege, the love that I feel, and how earnestly it comes to me as a gay youth. Hayne Harnett, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. I want any LGBTQ+ person to look at my work and immediately feel recognized and seen.
Stacia Steele, Golden Girl, digital art. Stacia Steele, Me, digital art. Stacia Steele, artist statement, The Golden Girl, Me. Seeing so many people blatantly disrespect Black people and wanting to keep them down and belittle them makes you want to uplift myself as a small way to fight against the oppressor. Stacia Steele, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. I hope that my work can make those marginalized groups feel empowered in times of frustration at slow progress being made.
Flourish by Catherine Weiner, Graphite. Catherine Weiner, artist statement, Flourish. Our generation has the power to modernize the rules of society. This piece focuses on how Muslim women persevere through hate and make a path for themselves in this world. Catherine Weiner, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. Strength is in the person's spirit and resistance, and women are experts in resistance.
Cool.
Knights Unite by Isabella, digital. Isabella, artist statement, Knights Unite. I dedicated this piece to the diverse community that is UCF to show that in the end, we as Knights prove to be there for one another and stand up for what is right. Isabella, thoughts on art and social justice and advocacy. People are the hope. We are the future and the source to bringing about change and will stand for what is right. This piece not only calls out to minorities, but to all Knights. It brings about a sense of passion, pride, and a drive for excellence for our community and those alike.
Moira Beignet, Brown Sugar, Acrylic on Canvas. Moira Beignet, Strength Within, Acrylic on Canvas. Moira Beignet, Artist Statement, Brown Sugar, and Strength Within. I wanted to capture the beauty of black skin because it has often been used as an element for hatred and rejection. I wanted to portray the strength gained by the Black community throughout history and the tension that still exists. Moira Beignet, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. Although it is okay not to comprehend the struggle, it is necessary to acknowledge and thrive for the abolishment of the systemic issues that the Black community still has to face.
Marigolds by Kaylee Fine, digital. Kaylee Fine, Artist Statement, Marigolds. Marigolds can represent passion and creativity, but also cruelty, grief, and jealousy. I struggled with my sexuality a lot this year and often project it onto this character who is very dear to me. He is being suffocated by the flowers, unable to have a voice, and feels helpless. Kaylee Fine, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. I wanted to show the struggles LGBT people face in feeling helpless and scared to come out in today's society.
Blackbird by Tatiana Rich, painting. Tatiana Rich, Artist Statement, Blackbird. Many times I feel like a blackbird, an outcast from the world. Feathers ruffled from the bustle of life, I am the blackbird, blending in and disguised by the night. Tatiana Rich, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. My art, in parentheses, can reveal the influence of social injustice on society. With all the current social shifts, it's important to be cognizant of the impact it may have on upcoming generations. I reveal this by displaying the bird alone on a branch, distant from the world.
Cameron, Vision Board, Collage. Cameron, Dreaming of plants, acrylic on canvas. Cameron, artist statement, vision board, and dreaming of plants. Vision boards help us connect with our thoughts, feelings, and actions that make us feel good. When we feel good, we are more open to positive things in life. We see the world differently. Cameron, thoughts on art and social justice and advocacy. Make your own voice be heard. We all have a voice, and we all have the opportunity to share our thoughts and ideas.
Locked by Queenan, acrylic. The Wall by Queenan, acrylic. Topple by Queenan, acrylic. Queenan, artist statement, locked, the wall, and topple. Within our constraints, we find comfort in the word home and decorate our walls with things that bring joy to our personal eye. But these are still just walls, and walls are the separation. Queenan, thoughts on art and social justice and advocacy. I want the viewer to relate to a sense of anxiety. With the unrest in our nation, it is prevalent that there is a rise in fear and anxiety and a rise in social unrest. There is a battle between the traditional and the new, and through my work, I hope to let the viewer recognize this pain and that the world as of now is not balanced.
James Market by Bella Miranda, digital photography. Cherries by Bella Miranda, digital photography. One Way by Bella Miranda, digital photography. Bella Miranda, artist statement, James Market, cherries, and One Way. Regular people who wake up in the morning to live their own personal struggle of adapting to the injustice they have become accustomed to get lost in the noise of the battle for change. These photos exhibit the subtle reality of a marginalized population. Bella Miranda, thoughts on art and social justice and advocacy. There are many facets to social justice, and I have documented moments within the past year that display the everyday lives of people who face injustice.
La chica con los aretes de oro, Katia Marcia, acrylic painting. Afro-Latina Power, Katia Marcia, acrylic painting. Katia Marcia, artist statement, La chica con los aretes de oro, and Afro-Latina Power. I wanted to take a well-known piece of art depicting European beauty and revamp it to show off a beautiful woman of color. I also wanted to depict an Afro-Latina woman. Being of Latin origin has so much meaning and history behind it, and I wanted to depict that. Katia Marcia, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. We need to see people of color in positions of power and represented in everyday society and popular culture. To make the young girl searching for a role model that looks like them feel empowered to achieve all that they want to.
Darkness to Light by Eli Dreyfus, photography. Unsheltered Beauty by Eli Dreyfus, photography. Stand Strong by Eli Dreyfus, photography. Eli Dreyfus, artist statement, Darkness to Light, Unsheltered Beauty, and Stand Strong. Every person is split between dark moments and bright, profound accomplishments. We become susceptible to our pain and suffering, thus causing us to lose our own humanity. However, under a blanket of darkness emerges a light. Eli Dreyfus, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. My goal was to address the perceptions and stigmas that society has created, but highlight them in a way that shows the subject overcoming them and embracing the things that make them uniquely beautiful.
Hope by Britt Blakely, medium not specified. Britt Blakely, Artist Statement, Hope, Thoughts on Art and Social Justice and Advocacy. The only hope for peace in the world is to acknowledge the harm done to and through African women. Only then will the wishes, in parentheses, dandelion seed puffs, transform death into freedom, in parentheses, butterflies.
So we just want to thank all of our talented artists for submitting and participating in this year's event. And I do want to preface for those who are just attending the event tonight that all the art you saw, unfortunately, not all of them were able to be a part of the judging process and the awards received, just because some people lived very far and for COVID reasons were not able to submit the art to us to be able to be judged. But we definitely wanted to include them in the actual event itself. So thank you to everyone who submitted it. Everyone was so talented. It's amazing. Just thought this little quote by Andre Marot, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, as a French author. Art is an effort to create, beside the real world, a more humane world. So I thought that was very relevant to kind of this year's theme. So I just wanted to take this moment and allow any of the artists, if you did want to share a little bit about your piece or your process of creation, or what kind of your purpose of sharing and submitting to this year's event. If you would like to have that opportunity, this is your chance. So just unmute yourself, undo the video if you would like.
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the piece called Darkness to Light, the emerging from darkness.
Okay. Leanne, if you wouldn't mind scrolling to that piece, that would be awesome, so we can see it as Eli talks about it.
I think that the first one. Yeah, so this is part of a larger series called Darkness to Light. There's 9 images in the project, and it's just talking about the moments that we feel are darkest. And when we do feel those moments, especially when talking about mental health, we tend to, stay in our past and let that creep up on us, and that becomes who we are in our present, which, causes us to feel almost inhuman and freeze. However, when we think ahead and we embrace the past, we emerge with a brighter future, more hopeful and inspiring future, which in the picture here, this is the person's breaking point almost, where she is immersed in that darkness, but it's in the background. So the foreground is becoming light, and she's on her way to becoming, a more grounded individual, and she's essentially being reborn.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Any other artists that would like to share about your piece?
I think all of the pieces were amazing. Katie, wonderful job.
Thank you.
Along with your cohort, Leanne, I think you guys have done a wonderful job in light of this COVID situation that we can't go see it all in person, but it was amazing to have sort of the insight from the artist and to be able to see the pieces. I think it was amazing. And I think everybody seemed to capture it all so well.
Thank you.
I agree.
Yeah, and I guess we can leave it up to any attendees and artists or judges, whoever would like to express reactions to what you saw or the pieces that came up.
Nobody? I just want to say, where are our snacks? I'm missing the snacks from the last go round.
Unfortunately, COVID has made us all have to socially distance even, but next year, hopefully.
Hi, everyone. This is Leanne, and I wanted to share with you what an honor it has been to go through the process. And by process, I mean going from the moment of advertising it to then the art coming in and starting to see this trickle of art, and then starting to look at what ones that are going to be accepted. And from that point, people dropping them off. And it's such a revelation to go from sort of this image on your screen to actually having them dropped off, placed on the walls. I would say it's been transformative for me. I have so enjoyed the entire process. And now I'm thrilled that these pieces are going to be in our hallways for a year, for our clients to see, for anyone who visits our building. It has just been an amazing experience to me to see art, I think, come to life. So I want to thank all of you for contributing and working with us on this very unusual time, doing it in a different way. So thank you to all of you.
Would anyone else like to share a little bit about your piece or any other reactions or thoughts just from attendees?
Hi, I wanted to say something. My name is Meredith Malkin, and I feel pretty honored to have been invited as a judge and to see so much vulnerability and power and courage in the artworks. Artists, I think that you have so much to be proud of yourself for. What you didn't see on my end, because it probably would have detracted from this, is that my two kids were with me at one point, and they were looking at all the artworks with me, and they started to question and be curious about all the pieces. And I think that that's a goal. I think it's a goal for to start having conversations, to question, to be curious about things. And so I just want to say thank you for all the artists. And I think that usually non-COVID times, I'd be reading the statements, but there is some power to hearing the statements. So I really appreciate your words and your voices were heard. So thank you.
Thank you, Meredith. Thank you for creating this. Initially, it's such a great event and program, and I love that you made this all happen and allowed me and Leanne and everyone sort of involved to be able to continue this on. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Maybe a couple minutes left if anyone else has any other thoughts or reactions before we kind of move forward into the awards section.
I did have one more comment actually about the Unsheltered Beauty,
Okay.
that series. Yeah, so this is again part of a larger project called This Is Me. I firmly believe that each person is beautiful and unique in their own way, wherever they're holding in their journey, and deserve to be shown as such. So obviously I know insecurities are a big part of us, but when we realize that those are the things that make us beautiful, we can embrace those and move forward. So in this project, the subject is seen on the left as she was, or as she is now, as she is. But to the right, she's seen overcoming that and standing strong and beautiful in her own light. So authentic is better than perfect every day of the week.
Could I say something about my piece, Stampede?
Yeah, absolutely.
The one with the horses. Thank you. So basically for context, I'm from like a really, really small conservative town up higher in Florida, like near Alabama. So it being gay and non-binary and like wanting to choose a different name for myself than what I had is really looked down upon there. So even now, just like thinking about it, because I have to go back home soon, and I was thinking about that whenever I made this, and it's scary, but so in that town, it's very oppressive, and you can't really talk about who you are there, especially in my case, because being gay is one of the worst things you could do in a small town like that. And near that town, there is there's a lot of farms and like fenced in horses, and like I would walk down those dirt roads back and forth to like school and home, and like you could see the horses like it's stuck in that fence, and I always connected with them a little bit because I was like, oh, they're trapped, I'm trapped, I get that. And it would make me feel sad whenever I was back home. And now that I'm here and I've kind of discovered myself and who I am and who I love and who I want to be, it's more freedom and expression and more of that wild acceptance of who I am and who I love and what I want to be. So that's kind of the energy I tried to put forth in Stampede, with like horses and rainbows and fields, you know. Yeah.
Thank you, Hayden. Thank you for sharing. So just for time's sake, we do have to move forward into the awards, but the recorded version of this will be available to go back and look at. And our artists are in the chats. If you want to ask any questions, they could probably respond in the chats, or if you want to share anything, please feel free to share that in the chats as well. But just for time's sake, I want to move on to the awards, so we do have a little time for that. So we'll just wait until we get to this slide.
I'm kind of glad everyone gets to see them one more time again.
Okay, so we understand that only some of the pieces that were submitted were able to be part of the judging process for the awards from Sam Flax, but we wanted to allow the honorable mention award to be included for every submission. So this is the staff honor winner, Hayne Harnett, Stampede. Yay.
Thank you.
Yay. So this was, we sent out the PowerPoint of all the art to our staff as a whole, and everyone kind of picked their favorites, and we narrowed it down to your piece. So thank you so much.
I really appreciate it.
I'm sorry, I want to share with everyone that picking up your award, your certificate, and all of that, we will make special arrangements to take care of that for you.
Mm-hmm. So for third place for the Sam Flax Awards is Quinnen, Locked, the Wall, and Topple. Yay. So that Quinnen wins a $25 Sam Flax gift card. And thank you again to Sam Flax for being able to provide these awards and being a great partner.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Second place is Stecia Steele, Golden Girl, and Me, with a $50 Sam Flax gift card. Yay.
Oh, thank you very much.
And
for first place is...
Does anyone want to do a drum roll?
Drum roll. I don't know. I don't have my drums with me. I'm just kidding. First place is Eli Dreyfus with Darkness to Light, Unsheltered Beauty, and Stand Strong. Yay, and Eli wins a $100 Sam Flax gift card.
Thank you so much. It's an honor, incredible honor to be here and to be in accompaniment with all the other talented artists. So good job, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, you'll probably receive some follow-up emails with how to get the awards. I haven't really discussed it with Leanne, so when we do know how to get all of that to you all, we will send you emails or follow-up. So thank you so much. All the art's amazing. And I just want to also thank all our judges, Steve Bradbury, my dad, who has also been a judge the last 2 years as well, including this round, Dr. Kent Butler, and then Miss Melinda Cartwright and Miss Meredith Malkin, who was the OG Healing Arts Coordinator. So thank you all so much for taking the time out to participate in the judging process. And thanks again to our partners, the UCF School of Visual Art and Design, as well as Sam Flax. We couldn't do this without you. And thank you to everyone else who provided support: Letitia Bidoff, Francis Begay Morales, Jocelyn Behane, Jennifer Chocolate, Melissa Como, Hannah Estes, Karen Hoffman, John Ken Knight, Keith Coons, Isabella Martinez, Julia McQuaig, Rudy McDaniel, Marikai Byhammer, Brittany Ryder, Crystal Saul, Kavita Saw, and Catherine Thompson. Thank you so much for everyone's help in making this happen.
And I wanted to draw attention. We have been so lucky to always be able to feature last year's art on all of our marketing materials and of course in this presentation. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing Inside Out Words by Meraki Byhammer. It's a beautiful piece, and it was so lovely to have it on our walls last year. So we remind you that when it comes time for the very next one, we'll be looking at all the art to see what we'd like to do to fit our next theme, and which art might be able to be the promotional art for next time.
Thank you so much.
Just a reminder that you can see this on YouTube in its entirety, and we'll probably have a slideshow on our CAPS website, or maybe we'll be able to put it up on our social media in some way. So if you came in late and want to know, you'll be able to see that.
Yeah. And as a last minute, sort of before all of you guys sign off, we would love if each of you have the time to complete about 2-minute quick survey about just the outreach event that you attended tonight, this virtual event. It helps us keep track of data and how, our services and our resources and what we're doing within the community is being promoted. So please, you can just scan that with your phone, or I think if you're on your phone, you might be able to click the link, but Francis also sent the Qualtrics link in the chat too. So that would be a big help if you wouldn't mind completing that survey. So Karen, did you have any last minute thing you want to add, or Leanne, or anyone?
I wanted to see if Leanne would turn on her camera so everybody could just see her. She
yeah.
was also a vital. Yay, Leanne. So thank you, Katie and Leanne. And it's so great to see so many people here. This started as a passion project, Meredith Malkin. And so I just want to say her legacy lives on. And then Kavita, who continue to support. And then Leanne and Katie. We just appreciate the creativity. Like I said, art is healing, and to be able to support our amazing artists, I'm just blown away. And that this could be a medium for us to be able to showcase your work. Thank you so much. And thank you all who have attended. Your support means a lot. And I hope that your experience with Healing Art Exhibit, that if you are a UCF student and you are in need of support of any kind, CAPS is here to support you. Times have been tough and we all are needing support. So just know that we offer individual therapy, group therapy. We have our after hours hotline, consultation, and many other presentations. So please connect with our social media, Facebook, Instagram. So you know we have our Black Institute series. We're doing some Instagram lives, how to talk to a therapist outside of the session. So please connect with us in other ways. Hopefully this is just the beginning. And thank you for spending the hour with us.
Thank you so much. We appreciate everyone for being here virtually. Hopefully next year we can do it in person. But we were really glad to be able to do this and still be able to showcase all the art and amazing work. So thank you so much. Please fill out the survey if you haven't yet. And yeah, if you're...
It helps us to make this better, you know, and we don't know how this virtual experience was. And we don't know where we'll be next year. Hopefully we'll be in person, but this gives us feedback and we're really interested in how you experienced today's event.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.